What's up, guys? Anthony DiClemente here, and it's been a while since we made a video, but before I talk about why food and exercise probably aren't going to get you to the next level with your health and fitness, let's talk about why it's super dark in here. And that is because many of you guys have probably heard that blue lights, like on our electronics, like on our computers, television screens, they can, through our eyes, actually drive down our ability to get a good night's sleep. They suppress melatonin production. For those of you that want to get kind of nerdy, melatonin is a sleep hormone that's responsible for you getting a good, deep, restful night's sleep. It also clears toxins from your brain, toxins that can be associated with Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, and all that stuff. No fun. So what I did is I swapped out all the lights in my place so that I don't have to wear goofy glasses when I walk around. But that's also why when I pull out the phone to film for you guys, sometimes it's a little bit darker. Okay, now that we're past that, let's talk about our misdirected focus on diet and exercise. Yes, these things matter, guys, but they're a much smaller part of the picture than what I'm going to talk about in today's video, which is the charge of your body. And this is where everything is moving, and this is why health seems so complicated right now, because we are trying to fix we're putting band-aids on a whole bunch of mistakes that are not biochemical in nature, right? We think about the process of breaking down food into energy. It's a biochemical process. We think about what happens when we exercise and we convert glycogen in our body to energy in the form of ATP that we can use. It's a biochemical process, right? But all these biochemical processes are driven by our frequency. And this is where it starts getting this stuff that's like a little bit harder to understand because we can't see it. But I'll explain it in a way that's really, really simple. So if you guys can picture a beehive, right? Imagine this beehive, and it's a lot like an atom. We have billions of these atoms in our body, and each of these atoms is surrounded by something called electrons. It's electricity. It's basically like we are electric beings, and that is the missing component to all of this, right? So when your body is charged up, when you spend a lot of time in the sun, when you're outside barefoot, connected to the earth, when you're moving your body and sweating and doing all of those good things, the bees around your beehive, there's tons of them and they're moving really, really fast. And that's a good thing, right? Your body has plenty of this electron transfer, which is the foundation of every biochemical process in the body, right? So lots of electrons that are moving really fast around your atoms is a good thing. It means you're gonna feel lots of energy, you're gonna have lots of mental clarity and focus, and your body's gonna look great, right? And yes, there are some dietary changes that can help facilitate that. There are some types of exercise that can facilitate that. But there are also dietary changes and types of exercise that can run you down. And they don't get to the core of what's driving energy production and body composition and all the things that we really want, right? We want more mental clarity, we want more productivity, we want a better body, and we want to feel better throughout the day. So we got to cut to the core of what really impacts that, and that is the charge of our body. And when we tend to things that charge our body up with electrons, and we do more of that, spend more time outside, spend more time connected to the earth, getting barefoot, the Lamar theory of physics states that when we increase our exposure to the Earth's geomagnetic field, right? This is something that's measurable. It was measured in 1952 by a man named Otto Schumann. It's called the Schumann Frequency. It averages right around 7.83 hertz for those of you guys that really want to nerd out with this stuff. It's a very real thing. When we tend to that and we spend more time in an environment that charges our body up with electrons, we start seeing our energy production increase. We start seeing our body composition improve. We start seeing our thyroid hormones and our sex hormones optimize and improve, right? Everything starts falling into place. And then we don't have to get so strict with nutrition and exercise like maniacs, both of which can run us down long term because we can't eat a lot of the things that we want to eat, or we're running ourselves down at the gym, right? So start thinking about your body's charge. It's a core part of your energy production. And when we spend too much time on electronics, disconnected from our natural world, not doing the things that charge us up, even eating the wrong types of foods, it starts to steal those electrons. So now let's go back to that beehive example. Now you picture a beehive where you put a cell phone inside that beehive. This is an experiment that's been done a lot with honeybees where they've been trying to explore what could be causing this colony collapse disorder that's become a huge epidemic in our world. And they've been thinking, well, is it cell towers? Is it cell phones? Is it all these invisible frequencies that we don't give a lot of credit to because we can't see them? So when you take a cell phone, you put it inside a beehive, the entire colony often leaves. And now you've got this beehive, which in the analogy is the atom, but there aren't bees flying around it, or there's much fewer bees flying around it and they're flying much slower because they're not healthy. That's what starts to happen in our body when we expose ourselves to too much of these unnatural frequencies. Too much time on our computer, too much time on our cell phone, not enough time outside, not enough time in natural bodies of water. So start thinking bigger. Start taking into account the frequencies and energies and the vibrations that may not be available to the naked eye, but are very real, very measurable, and very much affect every aspect of our physiology. And when we start thinking biofrequency first, or energy first, we understand that everything is energy, right? This is a big component. We're talking about electrons. Electrons are energy, and the more of them that you have in your body, the better your body will feel energetically, the more efficiently everything will function, and the more that you'll be able to utilize food and convert that to energy and take that food in order to make new cells and healthier cells and get rid of the old ones. And the better you're gonna perform on the sports field or in the office or wherever it's important to you, just coming home and being there for your family. So start thinking biofrequency first, because that is what determines all of the biochemical reactions in our body. And if you guys are digging this, if you resonate with this, hit the share button, help this information get to more people. Let me know that you appreciate these free type of videos and you want me to keep making them. And if you don't already have it, grab your copy of the Biohacker's Guide to Upgraded Energy and Focus. We've just added international shipping, so we're now shipping this anywhere in the world. So whether you're in the US or whether you're in Timbuktu, get yourself a copy of this. I don't even know where Timbuktu is, honestly. But if it's international, we've got you covered. And I appreciate you guys. I'm Anthony DiClemente, and I will talk to you in another video. Take care.